Today's devotion comes out of Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 6. It states, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not unto your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths." When I think about that, I think, wow, trust in the Lord with all my heart. Do I do that? And I challenge you as well. Do you really trust the Lord with all of your heart, or does your heart have conditions on it? For me, I try my best to trust the Lord. I die to self every day and say, "Lord, use me." I can think of many instances where I asked the Lord for direction, but one that I want to share with you today is a time that a friend and I were coming back from a function we had attended on a Friday evening. And we both believed in tithing, and we both had $20, so a total of $40 to give. And we trust God to use that $40 to His glory. And as we went about the evening, we were coming back and we were heading down in St. Louis, the inner belt called Highway 170. And the person I was with said, "Hey, there's a person hitchhiking, pull over." And, I just said, "Okay, I will." And I pulled over. Now, grant you, it was 10:30 at night, so it was dark. I got out of my car and I could see this person, running down the side of the highway, and I could hear him because they had no shoes on. So when the person came to me and I said, what can I help you with?" The person said, "I need a ride." So I said, "Okay, I can give you one." I go, "Where to?" And the person says, "Paducah, Kentucky." I thought, well, how am I going to do that? I mean, that's the thought that came to my head. But I told the individual, "Just jump in the back of my car and we'll see what we can do." Well, fear jumped inside and thought the guy's going to jump in the front of the car and take off. But he didn't. And so the thought that came to my mind was go to the bus station. So I told the gentleman, I said, "We have $40 to give tonight. Let's go to the bus station and see what's going on." And so we drove downtown to downtown St. Louis, and we pulled into the bus depot where the Greyhound buses take off. And I walked up to the desk and I asked the gentleman, "Do you have a bus going to Paducah, Kentucky?" He said, "We sure do. And it's 10:50 at night because it leaves at 11. I said, "Well, how much is it?" He said, "It'll be $37. I said, "Wow." So I gave the gentleman $37 at the desk. He gave me $3 back. And the gentleman said to me that we picked up, "Boy, I'm awful hungry." And in the bus depot at that time, there was a Burger King. And so we got a value meal for $2.97. I said, wow, look how God worked. We were obedient to the Lord to give what really wasn't ours. It was His to begin with. And this guy needed a ride. And we filled the gap. I don't know who was more blessed. The guy that got the ride or me and my friend. The guy goes, I was in a dispute with my wife and I wanted to see my child, and I got myself into trouble because I trespassed. And I didn't, my buddy had my vehicle and left me there in Clayton, and that's why I'm here and I want to get back home. And I said, "Well, I can't fix all that, but I can certainly give you a ride." And I thought to myself, how obedient. It was definitely a risk to pick the gentleman up, but what a blessing that we were to him, and what a blessing that God showed me, that when you trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, but acknowledge Him and He will direct your paths. I'll never see this guy again. Never. But boy, oh boy, what an opportunity to be a true blessing. And that's my challenge to you today. You never know when you trust the Lord where it'll go or where that will lead. But what a ride it is.